Hi, this is John Beehner. Welcome to the Wise Counsel's Good News 316 show. Yes, good news. Can you believe it? Hey, you got the media out there feeding you all kinds of bad stuff, all the evil, shocking things they can think of or they can find to make it seem like a terrible world. You know, but that's the neat thing about God. He's created each of us, and He has a story that He's unfolding in each of our lives. Yes, He can use bad and turn it into good, and He does so often. So we're not about telling you all the bad news. You get enough of that. We're telling you the good news of what God's doing in people's lives, whether you know Him or not. He can use all kinds of people and does, again, to produce a better world. That's what we're all about. So let's go on to another inspiring story, and that's the story of John D. Rockefeller. I didn't know very much about him until I started researching my book and looking for people like him, but he was America's first millionaire and America's first billionaire. Actually, we're talking about 1920s, you know, and what an amazing story he is. He was called a tycoon by many people. He really said that God just gave him the gift to make money. It wasn't all his gifting and talent. It was his path that God had chosen for him. But at 53 years old, he was dying. He was losing it. And God intervened that night, and you need to listen to this story and watch it with me, okay?
Few people know, but at 33, John D. Rockefeller had already made his first $1 million. He dedicated every waking moment to his work. And at 43, he controlled the largest business in the world. By 53, he had become the richest man on earth and the world's only billionaire. For his achievements, however, he had bartered his own happiness and health. He developed alopecia, a condition in which not only the hair on his head drops off, but also from his eyebrows and arms. One biographer said that he looked like a mummy. His weekly income was millions of dollars, but his digestion was so bad he could only eat crackers and milk. Newspapers pictured that this industrial pirate, as they called him, was going to die soon. The people that worked for him in his oil fields and mining fields hung him in effigy. They thought he was a pirate and tyrant. His bodyguards watched him day and night. He found little peace or happiness in the wealth that he had accumulated. He couldn't sleep well and was miserable all the time. Now at his age, and a very frail man, the newspapers had started to write his epitaph. During another sleepless night, he received a spiritual awakening that his wealth would do him no good in heaven or hell. His dream was similar to a visit from Scrooge's ghost in Dickens' Christmas Carol. Changed, he got up the next morning with a plan and established the John D. Rockefeller Foundation, which today has been probably the greatest philanthropic organization in the history of our country, having an impact on medicine by eliminating hookworm, providing penicillin, and saving millions of lives from malaria, tuberculosis, diphtheria, and many other diseases. Remarkably, John D. Rockefeller lived to gradually give away his wealth until the ripe old age of 98.
What a turnaround. Rockefeller was a Christian who finally recognized that God had given him a talent to make money. It wasn't just his drive and intelligence or energy. He finally realized it was the Lord doing it through him, and He was allowing him also to suffer for being off what I call the plumb line or the greater purpose in his life. And here's the amazing part. He lived to be 98 years old, driven by the desire to give away his wealth. He publicly relished giving. For the rest of his life and even beyond, he lived the scripture, "To whom much is given, much is required." And the Rockefeller Foundation is still giving money away. It's really had a great impact on our world. You know, it's exciting story to tell, inspiring how God can intervene in the middle of a night and really change a man's life, change his thinking, and cause him to give away all his wealth. Incredible story. So you might want to know more about what we do. Ask Wise Counsel is our website. Again, we're starting a university program, Wise Counsel University, where we're going to train people to be mentor, coaches, and leaders of peer advisory groups, because we do that so much in our business. But we want to inspire you and help you in any way. If you want to know more about what we do and learn more about the Wise Counsel University coming up soon, just email us and check it out on our website, askwisecounsel.com. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again soon at the next show on Good News, Wise Counsel's Good News 316 show. See you then.